Okay. Hey, everyone. Yeah, orange background? Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Hembox. That's from a game called Zombie Army Trilogy. Uh, I don't know. They have these really cool like slow-mo bullet cams when you hit a nice shot, and it's also just very like gory, and it's kind of a fun game for that reason. Spetry, congrats on the first. Um, I think I still want to try to work out this torque problem. I'm still not completely sure how. I'm not slightly sure how, to be honest. you know, so some people can't care about the first, some people don't, and it's all good. Hope you're doing well, Spetry. Are you back, like taking more classes now? Or I doubt you're still on break, right? Second, there you go. Hey, creative and unique username third. Perfect. You sorry, I thought semester was going to be chill, but it isn't. Oh no, that sucks. Extra classes last semester, but it wasn't enough. Dang. Are you getting close to graduating? I feel like you are. Close to the end of your degree now. Been studying part-time remotely for 6 years. Oh my god. Well, good luck, creative and unique username. It's a long time coming. What is it going to be in? Everything goes right, you're graduating next spring? Oh, okay. Nice, Petri. So it's going to be like 3.5 years for you, I want to say, if I have my timeline right. It's not bad. I feel like you were towards the end of your first year when like I first started my stream. What am I doing with this? You'll claim N+1 Jed, there you go. Certainly has been, it's a math degree that you're working towards. Nice, nice. I got it right. Spectre, yeah. Awesome. Um, so I think one of my ideas for this problem was to like divide up whatever the thing is into a bunch of different little bits here and add up all the forces on them. But the forces are all the same, right? Start teaching in September. You're a mature student, so it'll be a bit of a change. Oh, cool. Like, what level are you gonna teach? And Jedi, I hope you're well. I didn't stream much last week. I feel like I haven't like seen people in forever. High school here in the UK, ages 11 to 16. Nice. That could be cool. Um, okay, maybe what's helpful here is to like think about what do we want. If it was just a point mass located at the CM, what does that torque look like? That might be a good thing to start with. Um, Across the force just due to gravity. But then, can we say like we're gonna need to kind of break this out in some way, are we not? Or say like something, not nothing. The me, okay. We'll just uh look at the actual definition of center of mass again. Guess we'll take that one. Some of the masses. M sub I, R sub I over total mass. And to be fair, in this problem, it's just M, small m, the total mass. Hey, Rushback. Um, I'm working on this problem from a mechanics book, just to like study. Just something that I do in the downtime while I wait to see if someone has a question. I don't know if it's helpful, but we could say the force due to gravity is mg. And we could also make it a sum. Into like, well, this is mg as a vector though. I guess g is the vector. Oh, is that the key? I mean, this is a cross product though, but like, there's a cancellation there. Uh, well, I don't know if we want to do that though. Maybe we do. So, okay, I need to look up cross product. Can scalars come outside of the cross product? I think they can. Cross product properties. I feel like they can without too much trouble. Doesn't, not that. Does the appendix give the properties of cross products? It doesn't seem like they have the property that I want. Ah, come on. Oh yeah, I forgot about the kind of thing you could think about as a determinant. I feel like it's the same property as like you can take a scalar multiple out of one of the rows of a determinant and put it out front. Should I just say that I can do it? Because I'm getting annoyed at trying to actually find someone saying this property. Come on. Ugh. I'm just saying that that I can do it. If someone says that I can't, then they can fight me. Okay, thank you, Slim. I basically like I'm asking if I have I guess how would I say it? Like CA cross DB where C and D are scalars. Can I just say it's CD A cross B? And I feel like I can because like of how it works with the determinants. Okay, yeah. And so I don't know if this will be a good thing or not, but that will let me cancel these two M's here. Is the point? Um Now what? Well, actually, wait. What's the sum is like that? I'm getting a little mixed in my head and thinking the sum is like this, but it's like that. Which actually means shouldn't that be M sub I? And I shouldn't have done that cancellation. It sure should. Okay. Joe versus the volcano. Hey, bread governor. Oh, hey. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, Academy of Useless Ideas is awesome. So, what am I doing here? What I think I'm doing? I don't know that I'm doing it. Oh wait. I'm misunderstanding my own work. This formula up here sure as hell has parentheses like that. What I did going from this step to the next step was I substituted RCM for the definition of RCM. So that summation really is just like that. So this cancellation of the M's is indeed a thing. whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Famished? I don't think he's calling himself useless. My whole personality is based on me being useless. Or maybe so, you know? Is this nearly already what I want? Okay, another question about cross products. I'm pretty sure this one is also true. A plus B cross C. That distributes, right? That feels true. I want it to be true, and that's a pretty good proof right there, right? Yes, it does distribute. Okay. I just realized this page actually does have the property I was asking about before. It also has this property here. So what am I doing? This is the same thing as M sub I, R sub I, cross G. Aha, and now I wanna this feels very convoluted. I think I've just arrived. I can bring this M sub I over by the G. And I've now arrived at this formula up here, I want to say. And so what I've done, theoretically, is started with the torque on the center of mass of an object and arrived to the torque of the entire object if you would split it up into arbitrarily many little sections and added them up. Let's see if I did a thing. So 7.5. I'm glad I tried to go the opposite direction. Oh, integrals. This is probably gonna be the same thing with integrals instead of summations. Let's see though. D torque is equal to R cross dF. I guess so. R cross dmg. So this is, yeah, they're still using some cross product identities here. This is, I think I've made basically the same argument with summations rather than integrals. And probably integrals are a lot better to use, aren't they? They also did it in the forward direction. The fifth of the above equalities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make mass and calculating the moment of inertia. Yeah. Ivan, hey. This brings back memories. Yeah. I've been as part of that weekly like general relativity reading group, I've spent the last 2 months trying to go through this book because I've forgotten so much of the mechanics that I've learned that I was trying to do this in preparation for the general relativity stuff. But this book is kind of it's really tough. And I'm now getting into torque and angular momentum and all that rotational stuff. I was probably the weakest part of the mechanics that I learned. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Lucas, do I know Lagrange's theorem? Lagrange's theorem. Oh, group theory? Oh. Uh, I'd be surprised if you were learning about this, Lucas. Are you talking? Like, yeah, about groups like someone's saying? Go eat some candy? Yeah. Go eat candy. Think we could twist Ivan's arm into getting him to explain the principle of least action. Maybe I bet it wouldn't take too much twisting. What is the principle of least action? Is that in chapter 3? I haven't gotten there yet. I've only just gotten to 3.2, I think. Oh wait, no, yeah, I've gotten partway through. No, I've done Newtonian gravity. It's towards the end. Okay, that wouldn't be your least amount of action. Oh God, I for being sick last week, I had very little energy to like do much at all. So I've been slacking out on my reading. Middelwoordstilling van Lagrange. Let's see what comes up in Google. Oh, mean value theorem. What? What does Lagrange? Is he the one who found it? I'm kind of curious now. Oh, it's interesting. This person discovered it before Newton discovered calculus, right? Because Newton was like 1700s or something in Leibniz. Oh, and Roll might have even been. I don't remember the exact dates. That's weird. Why is it? I don't see Lagrange anywhere on here. But anyway, yes, I do know this theorem. Do you want me to explain it to you, or do you have a specific question? Just curious if I knew it. Okay. Yeah. The answer is yes. I know it. So what your chapter 9 is about. How about this? Do I know the proof? Theoretically, yes. I need to remember how it works. You cover this as well, syntax? Let me go suggest an edit to the Wikipedia people. I've never actually done that before. I'm scared. You get on the Wikipedia page? I don't see why not. The proof... I have proved it before as part of Zach's class. I don't remember how. No, Central, I haven't. What did I do in class? Not edit Wikipedia pages with nonsense. I didn't know too much. Oh, I think I saw him. Syntax, your article 3 is kind of crazy. Like, usually I just kind of doodled in my notebook, to be honest. I didn't really pay attention either. Or I played with my Rubik's Cube. Teachers would think that I was texting because I would be like this at my desk with my Rubik's Cube, and then I'd just be like, put your phone away, and I'll just be like, and they'd be like, okay, never mind. You're a nerd. You keep to yourself, so. Top mathematics scholar buddy online was pretty stum too. I mean, it's one of those things where like, it seems like it works visually. Actually justifying it though is going to be kind of difficult. I'm gonna be able to do something. Someone who's 28 and has a master's in chemistry. Wait, do what? Like in your basement? Yeah, it's kind of how it sounds. Vision for a proof, and I think it works. You need to show some convergence stuff. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Like you're using some terms that, like a dominant convergence that I hadn't heard of. Oh yeah, Jasu knows chemistry. It's kind of bothering me now. Does Zach still have the analysis stuff posted? Yes. Can I find where we did the mean value theorem? It's mean value theorem for integrals. I need to back up. Walter White type chemistry. It looks like it's still integrals. Dear chemist, name one element. Here's Rolle's theorem. Oh my god. Oh my god, I found it. I remember this. I'm gonna show it. Let me get the link for this image. This was one of the craziest days in Zach's analysis class. For those who don't know, about this time last year, E2i Pi, aka Zach, ran a class. Did I misspell it? I did misspell it. And I participated in that. And he gets a little bored using Greek letters for variables. And so you get sunglass smiley face of X or kitty cat of X. Oh, and Jackson Central's just like memeing, just to be clear about that. Analysis, it's usually a uni thing. But the stuff that you're doing right now is pretty analysis-y. And this is where we did the mean value theorem. Given a function ninja that maps I to R. Oh yeah, and I tried drawing a ninja, or no. Kowalski, analysis. I needed to make a new function, and so I think I tried to draw a samurai, but it turned out looking more like a Viking. Yeah, this is... Oh, analytic? Nah, analysis-y. I'm sure that's the perfect word. No, I was just trying to remember how we proved the mean value theorem here. So this is the statement. with our crazy function names. Starting analysis textbook been slacking though. Yeah, this can be a slog. Okay, so given ninja of x, construct a Viking of x that is equal to ninja minus ninja of beta minus ninja of alpha over beta minus alpha. Viking prime is equal to ninja prime. Really? Oh, times x. I missed that x that's in front there. Or behind it. Okay. And then by Rolle's theorem, let Viking prime of gamma equals 0 for some gamma on alpha beta. Why do we know that? Oh, because we're doing ninja minus that. I guess that's a vertical translation. The reason I don't like chemistry is because at some level it's like when 500 different kinds of stuff. Actually, I do like chemistry, but I don't want to get further in chemistry. I thought I would like chemistry until I took an actual class in it, and I don't know, it's way too much memorization for me. Personal material, like I knew Central would go there with it, but like your like notes, if you want, if you think it'd help. My uni sold me sequences and series as analysis -1. Oh my god, Braid Governor. It feels bad. You're starting at -1. Gen Chem? Yeah, it was Gen Chem Jasu. I also had probably the worst teacher I've had in my life for my second semester lab. Hey, Alexandre Costa, or Alexander Costa, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is, you would call this like real analysis, like a first semester of it. The symbols we're using are crazy and memey. These are just like jokes, the ninja and stuff. You could, like, it's supposed to be like an F or something more normal. Those are gonna like math until the word problems were confusing. Yeah, those things are just confusing. I don't like them either. Jiffy level? I can't even tell what character that is in the first part of that. In Portugal, you do this in high school? Oh my god. I guess the Portuguese are built different. If you want, Lucas, yeah. Our teacher you hated it at first, but turned out to love. Hmm. That's a good question. I don't think so. I've had teachers in the first few classes where like they seem a little I guess like tight or like not very like joking around. But then they kind of loosen up as the semester goes on. I've definitely had the reverse where I start out really liking a teacher and then they do something that ruins it. I never say I don't think I've ever started by hating one though. I like maybe just like neutral towards one. At least as far as I can think. Figured out only later that graduate analysis is the real analysis and UG is just enrichment. It's the real analysis. I do want to practice word problems since I have a time label for myself. I'm just trying to finish each subject. Need to take a quiz so I can go through everything again in practice. I mean, rear view function and stuff. Okay. Some teachers do grow on you. Oh, 100%. Especially like the teachers with accents, where it's kind of hard to understand them at first, but as you like learn how they speak, it's like, oh yeah, they're a pretty cool person. Teaching and research are so vastly different skills. Oh yeah, I've had teachers that, or like professors in college that really like phone it in, and they like they just aren't very good teachers. Like if anything, they should be teaching like grad students or something, but they weren't very enthusiastic about the classes that they were teaching me. Search a Portuguese national math exam. I don't want to go digging around for one. I won't be able to really like tell what it is either. Yeah, the actual proof of the mean value theorem is pretty short, but there's a couple of weird steps. I don't remember what's happening over here. Particle physics, thesis advisor used to sometimes write with his right hand and erase the board with his left. Like simultaneously, because that's talented. Taught to research. Wait, not teach? We're taught to research, not research? Making them right now. Grade 8 math teacher was quite uptight. The guy had a thing for math, so he made sure everyone appreciated he taught us geometry quite well. Oh, that's nice. Translated Portuguese math exam. That's it's gonna be a little too annoying, I think. Fine. Oops. Is math politics? Okay. What do you mean by that? Like, at least on live stream, I don't like getting into actual politics. But if you're talking about like mathematicians like being dicks to each other, that's always fun. But if it's getting to actual like politicians, then maybe not. Hey, Alex Poppy. Okay, in the meantime, let's just pull in number 6. A streamer named Penn is Penn. That is a true statement. Penn is Penn. I was just watching his linear algebra, the Penn Ultimate linear algebra session. Haven't had your coffee yet, so no. Fair enough. Dude, I just this morning I was going on a whole journey to get new coffee because the coffee that I bought for some reason just tastes terrible. And I bought coffee from this roaster before, and it was like really good. So I don't know why how the bag that I got from them was bad there. So I tried going to a cafe to buy a different bag, but the parking lot was full, and I'm not dealing with that crap. So I drove to a different cafe that's more expensive and bought beans there. And it was just a whole journey. Derivatives, I don't know what that word means. Doesn't give you energy, it just tricks your brain. That's true central. I personally would rather coffee not have caffeine in it. But decaf isn't quite there. I love coffee for the taste of it. Same kind of beans? No, different beans. No, I buy single origin Arabica coffee beans, and I grind them with my hand grinder, and I make water with just the right mineral chemistry to brew it with. I do grind my own beans, yeah. further grabbing into fancy espresso. Now coffee is really expensive. Yeah. Espresso machines get crazy. That there's some espresso machines out there that are just art though, and I kind of lust after them. 750, hey, I do make water. I'll show you exactly how I do that. Okay, step one. Go to the grocery store. Buy some distilled water. Step two. Pour out a little bit of that distilled water into a jar with some minerals that you can find the concentrations for online. And then put a certain amount of that concentration back into the jug to mineralize it. I'm kind of crazy about coffee. You posted, oh, yeah, sure, Lucas. That water already exists. The tap water here is terrible for coffee. It's incredibly hard. Electrolysis basically boss, yeah. And this is my coffee grinder, where you put the beans in top, put the thing back on, and you literally just go around and around. Yeah. Some people think that's incredibly hard. You just filter it. I mean, that's still a really good thing to do too. It depends. Like some people are just, they have good tap water where they live and don't have to worry about it. It is generally bad for your espresso machine often to use water that's too hard. It'll eventually get scaled up, but it's always possible to descale it and fix it. Dedicate an entire stream just to test some coffee. I have done a coffee stream. It was a long time ago. With citric acid, yeah. Fair. Yeah, that's a joke. Oh yeah, you're probably there for that. Cappuccino sounds nice. Okay, my local gas station still has this vanilla flavor still. Ooh, going for that gas station coffee. Does English have the term continue? We have continuity. Wasn't that long ago? I feel like it was over a year ago. Use a mocha pot? Those things seem kind of picky, I'm going to be honest. I feel like it'd be very easy to mess up a mocha pot. I have a pour over thing and an AeroPress. Continuity? It's where a function just doesn't have a break in it. So like that function in green is continuous. This function in blue is not continuous. Yeah, exactly that, Lucas. Temperature, do you have your water for coffee? I measure my beans and water in grams, and I heat my kettle in Celsius. So I usually use 96-degree water to brew with. If it's a little on the dark side, or if it's still a little bitter, I'll go down as low as 90 though. I do have a kettle. You know, I'm going to show my kettle too, because it's a special coffee. It's just an electric kettle, and it's called a gooseneck kettle because it has that little like gooseneck, and it's very nice to pour from. So when I do pour overs, I can be very precise with where I put my water. Not Kelvin, true, Ivan. That is the true temperature scale. I heat my water up to 374 Kelvin or 75. I don't know that. I don't remember the exact conversion between Kelvin and Celsius. It's like 270 something. Cytos. I saw you posted some gibberish in Discord. Was that a math problem? Electron volts. It is 273. Okay. Hot is hot. Why measure the temperature? It's an engineer talk, bread governor. Um. Sorry, Lucas. Okay, so you also posted something else. Get rid of that. Shove this over here. Come on. Okay, so hey, stop. Behave. Hey. Okay, we're good. Hey. Okay, there. If your computer starts misbehaving, just yell at it like a dog. So wait, Lucas, what's the actual question? Are you asking us to check this over? Heal? No, it's HEEL, isn't it? Unless your dog is a doctor. A dogter. So you're doing Rolle's theorem. If f is continuous and AB and differentiable and AB. A is for horses. Yep, it sure is. And f of A is equal to f of B. Then there exists a C in AB such that f prime C. Yeah. I was getting mixed with the intermediate. Dude, Rolle's theorem, intermediate value theorem, and mean value theorem, and there may even be there's a fourth one I can't remember. I always get them mixed up. You type before you think. That's true. You sure do, Central. No needles in the hay. Okay, yeah, so if f is a constant function, that's an easy case to deal with, and for all x, the derivative is 0. If f is not constant, then there's an f of x that is not equal to f of a. Say that f of x is greater than f of a. Weierstrass? There exists a C in AB because f is continuous. If it is true, if f has an absolute maximum and an absolute minimum, that's a potentially sketchy claim, isn't it? Don't we want the extreme value theorem for that? Which is maybe the fourth one that I was forgetting. Or no, wait. Maybe we do have extreme value theorem for Rolle's theorem usually. Extreme values. Hey, Fizzbuzz. Yeah, everyone say hi to Jasu's horse. Do you actually have a horse, Jasu, or are you just memeing? We're doing well, Fizzbuzz. It's been good to see you streaming. Um... See, I don't know what number that is, Cytos. The actual question there could be kind of interesting. Having a blast streaming? Awesome. There we go. It's a hat, apparently. uh, I I can think about that more, but I want to figure out what wants here. You do actually have a horse? Oh, that's cool, Jasu. It's a big number. That's fair, yeah. As big as a Google? Maybe, I don't know. Feed your horse. Is that a Minecraft thing? Has anyone seen the Minecraft movie? I have not, and I don't intend to. Yeah, Chicken Jockey. I do know that reference. Fuck no. Come on. You're not a fan of Jack Black? You want to see it, Cytos? Jess who hasn't either. Man, there's not a lot of miners or crafters or Minecrafters. Jack Black's cool like 30. I think he's still cool, but I think he's also just doing whatever makes him money. Or like it seems like he's taking like he's in a lot of those video game movies. They're probably paying him very well for it, and I would probably do the same. Yeah, he's probably just making money hand over fist. Jack Black, like the actor. Blackjack with Jack Black. Oh, I wonder if someone has to made like a video or a little like thing like that, right? Oh, dude, I literally just realized the Wikipedia page says the mean value theorem is also Lagrange's mean value theorem, but then the history does not mention Lagrange ever. Don will do anything not to do with IC. What? Are you calling me out for dodging the math? Don't even worry about it. Okay. I won't worry about you or about it. What am I Googling? Extreme value theorem. Can't type. Where's Paul? Someone get Paul on the phone. I still need a Paul emote. Where does Paul go over these? The second note has the proof. Rolls mean I'm trying to remember the order this usually comes in. Like, do you usually have the extreme value theorem before rolls? Nothing more embarrassing than trying to make fun of someone and then completely messing up the typing. Yeah, it's this thing that I have on the right here, right? But like, what's the actual question here, Lucas? I don't know if I asked that. You have no question. Oh, okay. You're just posting it for fun? We're just going over this? I don't know. We can. You wanted to help? Oh. Were we? I don't remember what we were talking about before. I've just been kind of rambling. The blind leading the blind. Yeah. So the stream is. Wait, this is not a word. You can't. I'm sorry. How is that a word? This just looks stupid. I don't know. Een. It says one. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, I just don't like how this looks. It's a dumb word. It's kind of fun to be able to figure out other languages, though, from like the math that's happening. Funny English words look stupid too, like rhythm. Rhythm is a pretty stupid word, yeah. Een is normal. I don't know. I don't know the difference in pronunciation, but een is to specify you're talking about one thing. Okay. Who gave you the authority to decide what is a word in different language? There was a vote. Sorry if you missed it. All words have to get my approval. Why is g of x that? Let me find G. Oh, there. Does that start now? Yeah. Time to type every single word to get approval. That's not a word, Central. It's two words. Fuck and me both have my approval individually. G looks like this for a very good reason that I'm trying to figure out again. Oh, do they? I believe G is the line connecting the two endpoints. Yeah. It says through. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I should have been able to piece that together. And so you're asking, like, why does the line connecting those 2 points look like this? Verschillende? This is Verschil. Looks like variable, maybe? Verschillend means various, but also different in this case. It's mathing, maths, or math, mates, cuz, whatever that, you know. So the answer is yes. Whatever that means. Another word that looks stupid. Stupid. Very true. No one worthy to watch streaming Daisy stay here and annoy me. It's a sad day. Um, and so then we're naming it a third function that is f of x minus g of x. And the reason we would do that is it's going to, I guess, give us a function that, like, it's going to take this point up here and bring it down to the ground. And it's going to take this endpoint here and bring it down to the ground. The ground being the x-axis. Hey, color cone. And then these points up above, we'll go to various points, but they'll still be above there somewhere. And so with that v function, yeah, I think today is the first day that I at least feel fully better. I'm still kind of just tired, but I at least am not like coughing and have a nose that's both too stuffy to breathe through and really runny. So I just look awful. Shit. No, that's just my face normally central. That can't be helped. V is continuous in AB. Ice unconscious? Mm-hmm. We're going to take the derivative. This is a pretty clean argument, I think. You understand V prime? So the reason we're taking the derivative of this, it's really kind of the thing we're trying to prove is this thing, and the only way we're going to get a derivative involved here is by taking the derivative at some good place, and so this is the place where you want to take that derivative. We're kind of setting up a function that's very nice to analyze. Hey Max, that's insanely hard. If you're seeing this for the first time, I agree, it's not easy, especially because this is not in English. I've seen the proof before, that I can just know what these words are probably saying. But the idea of what's happening here isn't the worst. Turn the brightness of your screen stops reflecting your face. Oh my god. That's a good one. Currently wearing a Dawn face mask. Oh my god. New merch idea. Shouldn't also apply to yeah, it does. They do take the derivative of this. The thing is, f of b, like this entire thing is just a constant. It's just a number. The only thing we're taking the derivative of is that x right there. So, and because it's just x, it goes away. So when you take the derivative of this entire thing, that f of x becomes f prime. You have to kind of like mentally distribute this piece to the x into the a. But the one that goes with the a is just a constant, so it'll go away. The one that goes with the x will get derived, and it'll just leave behind that thing. And then the f of a on the end here will go away. And people should be able to understand half of Dutch's words. Yeah, they're pretty similar. Apart from the fan I have in the summer, you can be with that. Color code. Yes. This is from Lucas. We're just like talk about him going through it. You don't understand? Okay, let's zoom out. So we have v of x equals f of x. Let me undo all these parentheses here, because I think it's making it harder to look at when taking the derivative. So before we even go to taking the derivative, let's just first distribute this negative sign into things. Bah. Go away, A. I'm pressing undo. Oh my god, I pressed it too many times. My birthday's up your butt, Central. That's what a sheep says. It sure is. sheep. That's because I had BA there. There you go. Break out the sheep emotes. Wake up, sheeple. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this entire thing and distribute it to the x and to the a. I love the distribution rule. And that's minus a negative a, so it becomes a plus. Hey, Abdur Rahman Faraz. I am not talking about that. Okay, so oh yeah. That's way too long. It is long, but we're about to take the derivative here. Why doesn't the minus apply to both the f of b and the f of a? It does. If you have like or do you mean like why aren't both of these negative? Or are you asking shouldn't this minus sign in particular go to each of these in the first step? Nail Mass, that sounds kind of familiar. But welcome back. It's pretty good. How about you? In the first step. It. Oh, you could do that. What I did is I kept the minus sign just in front of the fraction. You could also have chosen to bring the minus sign into the actual fraction. I don't think it's necessary here. But you could have also done that. It's equivalent to just keep it in front, though. 69 minutes ago, giggity. And so I think it's unnecessary to do it here, so I didn't, but you can if you want. I look smaller over here. I mean, the YouTube player is a lot smaller by default, right? Um, and so now when we want to take the derivative of this thing, I'll write it on a different line here. V prime of x. Well, f of x is just some function. We don't know exactly what it looks like, but we know its derivative is f prime. And then this thing over here, well, b and a are constants. So this thing, it looks complicated, but it's just a single number. You could pretend like it's 2 for the sake of this derivative. So if you add a number like 2 times x, you would just take the x off and leave the 2. So instead of something simple, though, we have this disgusting thing. And then by the same logic over here, this is just a number. A is just a number. It should be a minus b. I don't think so. Oh, I see. Yeah. Just switch the order by accident. And so this thing here is just a constant. A is just a constant. So the entire thing is just a constant. So that's going to go away to 0. F of a, we don't know what it is, but we do know it's a constant. So that also goes to 0 in the derivative. And so that's why you end up just with this when you get v prime. Baba, Bob, or Abba. You don't know what you're saying. Fair enough. But did that at least help for like how that derivative works? No worries. If you want to ask about anything else on this, let me know, but otherwise I'm going to move on to something else. Didn't help you, Central? Well, you just can't be helped, I'm sorry. Start your baby lamb. It's good hard. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Why is g of x equal to what it is? It's because it's the perfect function. Like we want to use Rolle's theorem in the proof, but the issue is that the a and b points might not be on the same level, and Rolle's theorem requires that they be like equal to each other. And so you can use the linear function that connects them as a way of flattening it out and making a and b be on the same level. It's basically a way to force Rolle's theorem to apply and be helpful. Because in the next step, we take f of x and we subtract out g of x. And what that does is if f of x is this thing up here, but what is g of a though? Every stream, Don brings up his ex, getting obsessive now. Yeah. All I'm doing is talking about my x, my f of x, my g of x. It wouldn't make sense to define a function in terms of itself like that, or at least it wouldn't in this case. Like if that's g of a, like what the hell is g of a? Bringing up X's gold, whoever that was. Oh yeah, I'm sure it was some real smart person over in the YouTube chat. You know, his username looks a lot like yours, Central. How's that a proof? Find GF of X. Yeah, I mean that's not the entire proof. This first part here is setting up a scenario where Rolle's theorem applies. That's still related to the original f of x function that we're interested in. The actual magic of the proof is taking the derivative of each side and using Rolle's theorem I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, yes. You use Rolle's theorem to show that there must be a place where the slope is 0. Like there's a critical point. And the magic is that that critical point of V is the point on F that we want. I'm trying to figure out a better way to phrase it. Okay. So our V function, it looks something kind of like that ish. The important thing here is that it starts at 0 and ends at 0. And because of that, you know, there has to be a critical point somewhere in this interval at some point that we call C. And so from this step where we took the derivative, we know there must be some point where V prime of C is equal to 0. But V prime of C, we can also say is equal to F prime C minus F of B minus F of A over B minus A, because that's just the formula for V prime. And so we know then that 0 has to equal that thing on the right. And now, like, now just one more step to prove the thing that we want, which is to add this chunk to the other side. and we've arrived to the exact thing that we want to prove. There is some point C where the tangent line is equal to the slope of the secant line connecting the two endpoints. And I feel like I remember every time explaining it, I'm not explaining it the best way that I possibly could, because I'm just kind of trying to figure this out on the spot here. You do understand? Oh, okay. I'm glad. I feel like there's kind of a visual way of seeing this, but I can't quite make it work. So, um, but yeah, that's basically the essence of the proof. You flatten out the function so that it starts and ends at 0. And then that lets you apply Rawls' theorem to identify a critical point. And this kind of gives you a nice algebra trick. But like the algebra thing, I think there's a better explanation for. I don't know. As long as you understand it, that's the important bit. Yeah, thank you for the question. Let me shove this to a different page. Oh yeah, I think we looked at it, or we looked at Taylor's theme as part of Zach's analysis class. I remember the proof being very short and just using the mean value theorem, but I still was kind of struggling with it. You love Taylor Jasu? Which makes you think of Taylor Lautner, and I think that's the dude who played the werewolf in Twilight, Jacob. Was Taylor, why is she finding my ex? Drive the tau equals IA relation, or I alpha relation. Pronounce it as X. Oh, XX. Icky. Imagine applying a force to an object pivoted at the origin. X? Huh. Or I don't know how you pronounce the A with the thingy, but I assume it's something like that. applied over a tangential displacement ds. You can calculate the work done, then equate it with the change in kinetic energy. Oh my god. They should get... What the hell? Okay. Pronouncing X. So a lot of things in Dutch I'd have trouble pronouncing. Like I remember a while ago I was looking up how to pronounce the type like the type of cheese called well, I would say Gouda, but I learned it's actually more like Gouda, or like you have to do the ha, but like not as strongly or something like that. I don't know. I was struggling with it. Cow, but with a G. Gouda? But isn't it like Howda? Or like you have to do the close? It is? Okay. I know. I struggle with that sound in general. We don't really have it in English. English struggle with the EU. Yeah. Max U? What? It's his last name. I don't know who that is. Max U? I I I think a U like EUWE is like a male deer or some crap. This question seems tame. He's a chess player? Oh, I wonder why I haven't heard of him. Yeah, this is from like an introductory mechanics book. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is going on with this though. Really? Not recently, I don't think. Oh, dude, these photos are kind of wild, by the way. Ugh, just give me the list. Oh, hey, there he is. Oh, for 2 years. Okay. Is he the Netherlands' only one? Looks like it. Netherlands is the smallest country. That's true. You know that's still something. America is actually, yeah. Our only one is Bobby Fischer. Oh, Steinitz, kinda. Hmm. I mean, yeah, America has no excuse here. To be honest, the Dutch are insane at sports. I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else the Dutch have done, but you are right that for having such a small like population, even having the one champion is pretty good. At Shats? I've never heard of Shats. Oh yeah, true, Jasu. Oh, that's what they're saying in that hint there. Okay. Shats. Everybody. Oh, skating? I didn't know you guys were good at skating. I can only name Tony Hawk though, to be honest. Sven Kramer? Okay. Um, Utterly insane? Do you have like a video? Um, V is equal to R omega? Oh, this is a... Sorry, that's loud. This is like ice skating. I was imagining skateboarding. So I don't know what there's... we can hear the crowd cheering at least. Oh, speed skating too. They look so goofy with their arms behind their backs. You beat Boko by half a second? Oh, just on that lap, maybe? That's a hell of a lead. Up by 6 seconds? Look at him. He's freaking... He's tuckered out. I bet it's pretty tiring. Oh my god. Fair enough. Um, I refused to ice skate personally on principle because I tried as a kid and I was immediately good at it. So like, okay, fuck this. I don't want to do it. And I never skated again out of principle. But that's cool. What is I again? It might be important to remember that. I is the sum of m sub I r sub I squared or integral r squared dm. Oh yeah, we also have that. Which means that hockey? Oh, I didn't know that either. Okay. If the force is applied over tangential displacement ds. Well, okay, let me just d omega. And then, oops. They want us to think about the work. Work is equal to integral f dot ds. Which is equal to f cosine theta ds, I want to say. More like that. But I think maybe this is a bad thing to think about. Maybe you like did horribly in your E&M exam? Oh no, Joseph. Where the question is just like, you just like not feeling it, like you don't know what to do with them. It's equal to delta torque times theta. I don't remember if the book has said that, but that's interesting if that's true, Mert. I want to follow along with the hint that they're saying here if I can. Electricity and magnetism, Jasu, like physics. So they're saying that the change in work should equal the change in kinetic energy? Question mark? So can we say F cosine theta ds equals I omega d omega? Is dw no dw or d omega ds wouldn't be alpha. That's just something. D omega dt is alpha. Eight hours of grueling pain just to flunk it? Oh no. I feel like I know them. I'm not sure if I'm doing what I was doing or things actually being asked. Especially the last two setup slash pages of the exam took me like 5 pages to justify my answer. I feel like they're all wrong. Oh no. Well, I hope you did better than you think. E&M is pretty tough. Oh, see, Joe's been talking about having some insane exams before, and 8 hours is just kind of really out there. But I don't think that's the first time he's even mentioned that. Or like an exam like that. His professor in my school let his students stay for 8 hours too if they want. Wow. But it's intended to be. I think that's more intended to be like a 2 hour exam. They can stay as long as they want. Excuse myself, I've been sick for the past 3 days. I mean, that's not invalid. 8 hour exams have to go against the Geneva Conventions. I would agree. 24 hour. Oh, but was it more like a window, Jasu? Like you weren't expected to be there for 24 hours straight, just you can do it anytime in those 24 hours. I really hope it was like that and not pull an all-nighter doing this exam. The maximum you can take doing the exam take you almost the entire time. Your butt hurts. Mine would too. So after streaming for like 4 hours, I won't even notice it, but like at some point a minute or two after I rate, I'll like get up and be like, oh god, like 4 hours to submit. Okay, that's more reasonable than Jasu. Um, we know that. Oh, I don't know what it's good to do, but we know that S is equal to R phi. Do we want to use that though? We need to get. We have the I that we've always dreamed of. We need a tau, which is R cross F. Oops. And we need an alpha, which is A over R. Should have a thing for channel points, you do like 10 or 20 squats for the butt pain. I feel like Phobos had a redeem for doing squats. I know that OBA has some like workout redeems. I don't know. I know the push-ups were kind of fun that I was doing for charity. Hey Papadoria, how's it going? Would you love some massive thighs? Hell yeah. Thick thighs save lives. The one last month was maximum of 6 hours, but he finished in 3. Did well on that one considering I finished early. This one, Jesus fucking Christ. Loki cried for 7 hours. Aw. Only sure of 68 points in the exam, the other 32. Honestly, physics is so hard that a 68 is, even if you didn't get any of the other 32 points, like a 68 is kind of respectable. But I hope you did better than that. Oh yeah, okay. I see one back and posted that you had solved it. I'm glad because I had no clue how to start it. Forgot to mark it as answered. I'm glad you got there though. Also, you just like casually are deriving properties of the gamma function. That's kind of impressive. I think I proved my integral for when the integral the absolute value of x ds exists. If x Riemann integral and bounded in the region you're integrating over. Really? I think the proof that you gave to Zach included something called like dominant convergence, which I never heard of. Someone on the curves got 100 in the last exam. You're the one who ruined the curve. Oh, I've done that before too. If the professor is good at like if the professor is gonna curve it, they can throw out your score though. We had a lecture today about an in-depth look into the gamma function. Really happy you got there on your own, though. Yeah, that's honestly really impressive that you can just mess around with stuff and derive it on your own. That's like, that means you're doing like real mathematician stuff there. This is not per exam. Curves only considered by the end of the term to seeing everyone's final grades. Ooh, that's scary. But if you're towards the top, that should only help you. Okay, it should mean that you're assured of a pretty good grade. Hopefully. Derive the gamma function from integrating powers of ln x. Is that the traditional way you derive it? I want to say the way that I had heard of was something involving like an integral, like something like gamma of x plus 1 is equal to the integral of gamma, or the integral of x gamma x, or something like that. And there was something where the power rule with integrals basically acted like your factorial. Or whatever, like the powers of that x there would be your like n minus 1, n minus 2, dot dot dot, like 3 3 2 1. The way that I think I've never been formally taught the gamma function in an actual class, to be honest. It's just from a little bit from what I've seen. Yeah, okay, no, it's more something like that, I think. Or maybe I think it's something along the lines of what this Wikipedia article was doing, is the way that I had seen before. I've never gone through it in detail, though. It's going well, though, Papadoria. How about you? Multiple exams is weird. You only had one? Ooh. For us, that's my experience. My classes always have at least one, like, midterm. That integral can be used for approximation for the value syntax error mentioned as the episode of fx, because using basic oscillating properties integrals. Some basic normalization pi over 2z can be expressed. Oh wait, are you talking about the thing that syntax error was doing the other day? That was the gamma function thing is separate. Syntax error came up with a crazy. Trying to find where he posted it. I know it was recently in Zach's Discord. Let me see if I can find it there. Yeah, here it is. Oops, not save. Don't save this abomination to my computer. This is the identity that syntax error is talking about. Just came back from eating some ice cream. Ooh, nice. The gamma function fizzbuzz, yeah. Papadori in the YouTube chat was saying that he was able to derive a lot of the gamma function's properties on his own. Don't call your baby that. Yeah. I'm sorry, syntax. Go back to my high school to show this to my old junior high math teacher one of these days. Oh, that could be like a cool thing, though. Think of at least 2 exams per semester. It's really kind of just one paper per course / module. Australia's always one final exam as well. No midterms. That's scary. To improve, what Greek letter do you pick for a function Why is Kasai always the wrong answers? Jatsu, that is a base comment. Kasai is the worst Greek letter. And it should never be used. Papadori is asking, how does syntax arrive at this property? I think he said it just came to him at 3 in the morning one day. The idea is that this is making rectangles in a really cooked way that is basically going back to Riemann integration. The pi over 2z is allegedly the width of each rectangle. And this integral is the arc length of this, or like the thing inside here, it's an arc length integral. But what this sign is doing is that as z goes to infinity, the frequency of sine gets bigger, so it gets more and more like vertical. And so as z goes to infinity, in theory, they're looking more like true vertical lines. And so you're getting the length of those vertical lines by doing the arc length of that integral. That's like the geometric theory behind this, from what I remember of it. Worst right as well? Yeah, exactly, Joseph. The absolute values of z, cosine zx, f of x for approximating those values. Wait, for approximating value, you can take the leading factor for what, for that when we do differentiation. Huh. You have to write this down? I'm surprised. Yeah, Cynics there, over in the YouTube chat, Papadori and Mert are both like interested in like discussing this or like investigating it. For approximating, you can take its average value for calculating. It'll be 2 over pi if we calculate very easily. Challenge. If you want, you can try me, ND Vines. I can't promise that I'll be able to solve it, but you can take a look. My field is the first they pick. All the others are free except theta and phi. Oh my god. Yeah, the theta looks like an emoji because at one point I was going to make the entire Greek alphabet as emotes in 7TV. But it's a little bit just to try to make math easier to type in Twitch chat. But it's not really a perfect solution, so I kind of gave up after doing that theta as a test. Oh hey, yeah, that's FizzBuzz, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think YouTube won't let you post the link, FizzBuzz, but if you want, you can put it in the Twitch chat or like DM it to me on Discord or something, and I can put it in the YouTube chat. If it did game function, that'd be a fun next step. Oh, cool. Hey, Sam. That looks like manager to me, but it's probably not. Welcome in. How's it going? Or search the title? Oh yeah, fair enough. By pi over 2z normalizes its value with approximation makes it clear. Yeah, because I kind of get what's happening here, but not entirely. 70. So I made the theta myself, Joseph. I was gonna go through and make it for every other Greek letter. It didn't seem like it'd be worth the effort when it wouldn't work for mobile users, and even for desktop users, they had to download the 7TV extension. But the only reason the theta is there at all is because I uploaded it myself. Found out a weird connection on my own using Euler's product formula for sine to relate to the gamma function. Euler's product formula for sine. Like the complex addition of sine or something? I'm not sure. Okay, I've done this, but I have an equation relating gamma and sine. It's definitely something wrong in your work. Man, a relation between gamma and sine sounds kind of familiar. Um, oh, hey, there it is. Euler's reflection formula. I remember Dr. Cook gave me a problem that was like a simplified version of this proof, or maybe it relied on it or something, but it involved that in some way. If f of x is about g of x, then does sum n equals 0 to k, f of x plus n approximate sum of n equals 0? I have to write that out. I don't see why it would, but I need to know this more. Gold, Legender was, wait for it, legendary. How I Met Your Mother. Legender was, wait for it, and hope you're not lactose intolerant. Wait, no, I'm messing it up. Damn it. How did Barney do? It's like, he was legend, wait for it, and hope you're not allergic to dairy. Wait, no, hope you're not lactose. I'm messing it up. I give up. But either way, that's a funny joke. Hope you're doing well, Gold. No wonder Euler found this formula, uses formula for sine. So it looks like he beat me to the chase about 300 years earlier. That's pretty. Euler tends to beat people to the punch, even to today. Fizzbuzz, Popular is asking if that video is on YouTube. Okay, yeah. Oh, Femlox, I think it's the song. Since this is finite, actually, I think it would. Like, you're basically asking. This? I don't see why it wouldn't. You're not changing the real behavior of the function. So I think if you're talking about like end behavior, like I assume this is like asymptotics. I think you can probably say that something like something like that. Like at like as x gets very big, adding 1 to x isn't going to change much, so it's basically just going to be 2 times f of x. I think so. I don't see what's wrong with this. just jamming out this song. Yeah, I think that just still works. Syntax question mark. I think it's okay. And just like that, it's over. We were discussing about how much time is enough for Euler to find RSA encryption method, and can he solve the basic RSA decryption encryption problem in the exam for 5 hours, and we did not compromise from zero knowledge. That seems like an Euler thing to be able to figure out. I don't feel like he'd have a lot of trouble with that. I was gonna kind of think about that the other day, where people say that making discoveries in math used to be so much easier the earlier you go back in history. But I feel like the counter argument to that is that the people who were discovering back then discovered like a million things, or like they studied like multiple fields and they made huge contributions to all of them. Or even just like the difference between like Gauss and like Einstein. Like Gauss contributed to a bunch of fields, and as far as I know, Einstein was mostly just in his part of physics. I think it's kind of like different measurements. The Metrician stole the stochastic ODEs back, but yeah. I never heard of a stochastic ODE. I mean, oh wait, actually, like, how does the asymptotics work for multivariable? I guess you'd have to say, like, or I guess, what does that mean? You have to say along what direction, I guess, right? Difference equations that have differential equations? Maybe. Because I hear about stochastics all the time, and I know it has something to do with randomness, but the sum of my knowledge of what stochastic even means. Yeah, you could probably save it by pretending it's the same x, or like x is a constant, or something, to be able to talk only about z. I bet there's a way of dealing with that. I'm not sure exactly what though, or exactly how you would do that. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know what you were doing with like the subscript thing there. That's making me think of partial derivatives, but I don't think that's what you mean. Um, I'm wondering if you could like just fix x to be some value. Dude, why are you slowing down on me, journal plus plus? Bruh, come on. Like, just pretend it's like C or something for the sake of looking at the asymptotics. I don't know though. Gaussian process, you know, at each step you do some f of t plus dt equals f of t plus dt. You converge to a function f of t equals t plus f of 0. I guess, yeah, it'd have to be linear if that's true. A stochastic OD, you do f of t plus dt equals f of t plus psi square root dt, where psi is a random variable. Converges to a Gaussian random process. Huh. Oh no, please write all the walls of text you want. I don't see how that would work. I can believe it, but like by a Gaussian random process, is that what are like the the Gaussian distribution? I mean, so next, the reason I was thinking like trying to fix an x is kind of because of like we do multivariable limits. I'm not quite sure what to write for the actual limit yet. But I guess we could think about the limit as zx approaches infinity in something that I'm not sure what to put there. Like, can we do infinity x, but then like take x equal to some direction or something? Yeah, no, I figured it's not supposed to be a partial. I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, but like with that's why I was like with multivariable limits, you can make it like a single variable limit by choosing a particular path, and that's why I was thinking you could probably do a similar idea with asymptotics. I can't quite work out exactly how though. Okay, I think we're getting at the same idea then. I'm not quite sure how mathematically good it is, but that's my instinct. Try to learn about it tomorrow. Finish godforsaken proof. All right, Godspeed to you. Papadori is asking Fizzbuzz. This is more number theory question as it's about modular arithmetic, seeing as you took Com Anna. You must have a great deal of experience with a complex set. Oh, complex analysis. Anyway, I had this question, so I might be a little stupid, but does modular arithmetic have any uses in the complex numbers? Hmm. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it would, personally. But if anyone has any insight on whether modular arithmetic is used in complex numbers, please feel free to type up. Being like the Newton of useless techniques? There you go. Makes sense to say 17 mod 3 plus 2i. I wouldn't think so, but maybe. Maybe someone's done it. Oh, I guess that makes more sense, yeah. Hey, it's like the stock market. Sorry. That's cool, though. Einstein was the first to study mathematicians stole it back. I mean, you can't trust those mathematicians. They're always scheming. So I guess after you had one too many. Because you've been using complex numbers as a field and ring relation for modular arithmetic. There could be something like that, Mert. Yeah. Oh, for the stock market? Yeah. I won't show it, but yeah, it is. Those graphs are pretty similar. What's the question? Drunkards walk before two? Yeah, I don't remember whose stream I heard it on, but I heard a metaphor for the results is that a random walk in 2D and 1D, you can prove that you always return to the origin at some point for infinitely many steps. But as soon as you go to 3D, you're actually not assured of that for some reason. And the metaphor is that in 2D, a drunk man will always find his way home, but in 3D, a drunk bird will never find his way home. For, walking versus like flying around three-dimensionally. X is wife of Y? I don't know what that means. Drunken Bird is a good Twitch name? That will be. I feel like this is a topic from trolls, to be honest. Relationship of sets. Aha. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. The rule of the territory. Yeah, there you go. In 1921, George Polya proved that the person almost surely would, in a two-dimensional random walk, where three dimensions are higher, probability of returning to the origin decrease, the number of dimensions increases. Three dimensions probability decreases to roughly 34%. Huh. I thought that it was something, the statement was stronger than that. Like, in one and two dimension, it's a guarantee, but in three dimensions higher, it isn't. I'm not sure though. Um, do we get anything from saying that DS is RDB? All right, if you're just gonna insist on it, I feel like I'm getting trolled here, and I'd rather not get trolled. Just go in timeout for 5 minutes. When solving anything for Olympiad questions, use mantra a lot. Simplify things, taking the complex mod. It doesn't seem useful, yeah. Remember wrong. Guessing ninjas looked at curves. Also use one cryptography. Oh, cool. Cartography? I mean, maybe they could be useful there too. You know, I was actually just learning about how in the relativity book they have a section on how you map things from the Earth, which is not quite a sphere, but similar enough, and a flat map. So in a way, cartography has some math connections there too, and maybe there's a complex variables way of thinking about it too. Yeah, here you can use different projections from actual latitudes and longitudes to x and y Cartesian coordinates. You have a ring enclosure by an ideal, which is huge. Just you build complex from the reals, all sorts of insane and powerful stuff. Side note or practice problem. I mean, let's Google it. Modular arithmetic complex numbers. See? All right. Someone's asked this. X cubed is equal to -1 mod 189? Hmm. They're using complex variables to solve a real arithmetic problem, though. They're not taking the mod. There we go. This is more like what Papador is asking about. Hmm. Yeah, this person said residues, which is an interesting word. There's like complex prime numbers? Is that what this is saying? Huh. That's kind of crazy. Hey, Enochian. I would never have thought of that. Hey, congruence and residue classes. This is probably the page that you want. Ideals I never heard of. I mean, I've heard of, but I don't know what they are. This is gonna be beyond me, but apparently it's possible, yeah. They're ideal. Thank you, Lucas. That's all I needed. It's the exact piece of information that I was missing there. Complex prime set relative to the Riemann zeta function? Oh, you're asking questions I don't know the answers to. What a hero, Lucas. Pass along the Stack Exchange thread that FizzBuzz linked as well. Oh yes, Stack Exchange has a math section. It's a really good place to get like difficult math questions answered. Yeah, I mean it's actually it's kind of funny. Like it gets used in a similar way to programming, where like when you're programming something, you get stuck, you just like Google your situation. In the same way, if you're doing a math problem, and you get stuck. Someone somewhere has posted it on Stack Exchange. And you can like use their ideas for your problem. Green Math Algebra 1 course, you're still 3 hours in? I haven't heard of Green Math. In math, algebra can mean a lot of different things. Like, what type of algebra is that? It's literally just like y equals mx plus b algebra, or like it's always hard to figure out. Like the more math I learn, the more ways, or the more ways I learn there are that you can interpret the word algebra. So I always get confused when someone says just algebra. Like, you can say there's linear algebra, even. Since will's will. No. Oh, nice. Enochian. I haven't heard that sentence before, Lucas. I've heard the one like buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. It's like 7 buffaloes all in a row, and it makes sense somehow. Maybe even more. Thingamajigger, whatchamacallit, bingo, bongo, boom, math. Will's will. Oh my god. I didn't know that was possible. Will Smith. Will Smith. Oops. His smithing level is 99. What am I doing with this? There's got to be something. I need to get... Do we do like one of those fancy chain rule tricks? Like, can we say that d omega d phi is equal to d omega dt dt d phi? Needs to buy a small tablet for math calculations. They're pretty nice. That's what I'm using right now. And I kind of like it. F cosine, like fuck cuz. Yeah. How much wood would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Chuck E. Cheese. Hey Tyler. Hope you're doing well, dude. You have a drawing tablet with a screen? Oh, yeah, I mean, that'd do fine too. I imagine. So d omega dt is the alpha that I always dreamed of. Dt d phi is 1 over omega that I may or may not have always dreamed of. Oh wait, this might be good. Times 1 over omega. That's what I wanted. So on the right side, I've managed to get the I alpha. If I can somehow justify that f cosine theta times r is equal to f cross r, then I think, no. Yes, then I think I'd be good. Oh, what the hell? That's a crazy sentence too. Open omega as d theta dt. Oh, maybe that's an idea too, but I want to see if I can make this work. Vliegen means flying and flies, so you can make it in English. Oh, okay. Same idea for okay. Oh yeah, Papadori Fizbo streams on Twitch as well. But he actually does he actually does like physics, or that's his like focus, but he's also very good at math. Does bologna grow on bologna trees, or does it come from cows? You milk it from cows. You have to squeeze really hard. Bologna is like it's like a meat you put on sandwiches. It's really cheap, and I'm not gonna say it tastes bad. But it's not the best thing. It's like that. It's also like a place, but when Americans say bologna, this is what we mean. Like, especially this thing. Calling it meat would be nice, yeah. It's meat in the same way that Taco Bell serves meat. But yeah, you put it on sandwiches a lot. Bologna sausage. Mont Saint Michael or something? No? Michael? Michelle? Whoa. Sounds like a nice fellow. There's actually, I feel like I've had someone tell me about this before. A French person. That place looks crazy though. Perfect place for zombie apocalypse? Oh, you're so right. Fishies? Dude, it's like a sandcastle. Half the year there's a canal, the other half there isn't? Oh, wow. You better stock up on supplies during when the canal is there, though. Or not. Whatever. Um, the reason to ever go to France is to go there. I think there's a lot of good reasons to go to France. I have a book literally right here on traveling to Europe on the cheap. And it's kind of funny. He has a section of his like hot takes for what places are worth it and not worth it. But I don't know. France would be a sick place to see. Most beautiful city of Europe. What city is that? Hallstatt. That sounds familiar. Whoa, it's in Austria. Wait. Ah, go back. Oh my god. Like, that's crazy. They have a glacier? Dude, I want to go here. That's beautiful. I believe you. That's the most beautiful place in Europe. That seems amazing. The city in Frozen is. I've never actually seen Frozen. What city is it? Man, if this was a sine theta, it'd be so. I feel like that would just be F cross R right there, or it's the magnitude of it. Okay, let me copy that. God knows I don't have those keys on my keyboard. Ooh. Dude, that's so beautiful. The world's a cool place, man. Just watch out for baka. There's some real bakas in Norway. Promoting Europe at this point, yeah. You're just being like a travel agent. No, I mean you don't have to try very hard to sell me on going to Europe. It's a very easy sell. The country of Europe. Oh no. Hopefully not. No, I don't like that joke, Lucas. It's getting a little too real. I mean, I'm still close on this problem. I think my left side is maybe off. Oh, this is Hallstatt again. I could believe that it looks like it's from Frozen. It's not. It looks just like it. Is this the second place that you said it was, or the second place in Norway? No, this is Hallstatt. Oh, you mean it's not actually from Frozen? Okay. I think I misunderstood what you were saying. I don't know. It's the second place in Norway. The article said it's Hallstatt though. I don't know. The article's wrong. Okay. Hmm. There must be some justification. As soon as I make things, as soon as I make the left side not vectors, we kind of lose all hope of getting back to being vectors, don't we? Um, it looks awful. Oh no. Yeah, you just distract me for math. Uh, to be honest, it's kind of hard to do math for like a long period of time at once. So it's nice to ramble for a bit. This is a, I don't know, it's just an overhead view of a place though. It doesn't look bad. It's seriously flat. Oh yeah, isn't like the highest elevation like it's like 100 meters or something, like super tiny. So in south you live close to it actually. Oh okay. How do we ever get to a cross product here? I don't know. I think I might take a peek at the answer. I feel like I've had a good idea on the right hand side here. 322 meters? Yeah, that's still really short. I don't quite see how we ever get a cross product involved here. Change the D phi for chain rule, do not consider the cosine phi. Uh, the cosine phi is related to the D phi? Well, we have cosine of theta. Like, phi is there, theta is there. I don't imagine they're related. Oh, you have to break them up like that? Look, I was just trying to. Hmm. The United points in the Netherlands are all located in the utter south of the country, in southern province of Limburg. Oh no. Yeah, are some parts of the Netherlands like really below sea level? Oh, thanks for doing that, Fizzbuzz. I know that Papadoria. I forget his Discord name, but he is in the Discord. Actually, I can find it. He posted a problem the other day. Oh no, I can't see him because I'm in streamer mode though. Uh, I can always add him later, but I'll make sure he sees it if he doesn't happen to check the YouTube chat. I just can't see these names right now because I'm in streamer mode. Really spawned out of the water. Wow. um, it's hard to do this from work because work is just a scalar. I mean, so is kinetic energy though. Which is then now it's surprising how much we recovered. Oh, since like World War II? Yeah, I bet the progress is crazy. Oh, just in general? In terms of like, oh, like actually like getting more land? Oh, okay, yeah, that does sound crazy. Did the water go away naturally or is it literally like pumped out? I don't know if that even makes sense to pump out the ocean. They are pumped out? Oh, okay. Data works? What are those? You have to Google? It's a software company in Bonita Springs, Florida. It's showing me like companies. Okay. 90 minus theta using sine factor. Yeah, I was wondering, like, but even then that would only give you the magnitude. Data works in Netherlands. Let's see. It just looks like a company. Tan cosine theta is sine of 90 minus theta? Delta works. Oh my god. Oh, this is how they keep the ocean out? Huh. Expensive and effective working dam in the world. Wow. Damn. Is this gonna blast my ears? It's not gonna do anything at all. Okay, that's cool. There's no problem for the component of the calculation. I mean, just change it to 90 minus theta seems cheesy though. Even then, it's still not a vector, it's just a scalar. How to fool a dumb person? I don't think so. I'm looking at the answer. 7.6. That's part of the answer. What? Okay, but okay, that's scalar tau. Tangential force times radius. So that's what I have too. They just said that the thing I have on the left is tau, I think. Oh, wait. Oh, I might have misunderstood the end goal. Tau equals IA. That's not a vector. Oh my god. That's why. Tau equals IA is just a scalar relationship. Okay. That I didn't need to spend that long staring at that problem then. D phi I omega. Oh, they canceled D phis. Shame. Shame. It was indeed legal to cancel the D phis here and to put dw d omega over dt. I guess, yeah, apparently it is. But I don't, that the argument is always weird to me, because why can't you do that for literally everything? I don't know. Wait, Jacksepticeye? I don't just want to watch meme videos. I want to do some actual math. Wait, which are the foundational ones? 8 problems? Okay. I'll show the cover. It's this book. It's a pretty good book. The questions are pretty hard, but they're pretty instructive. And so this book is like a crash course in mechanics. Like the chapters themselves are very short, and it's very problem solving focused. David Moore. I would believe it. Yeah, he's written a few books. I read his E&M book as well. Force along a massless stick. A massless stick is attached by pivots to two objects. Wait, what? Attached by pivots to objects at its two ends. What does that sentence mean? This feels so backwards. Why aren't two objects being attached to a stick? Why is a stick being attached to two objects? Spitsbergen? I don't think so. I don't know what this sentence means. I don't know what the question is. Ugh. This is you? Attached by pivots. What direction is it pivoting? If I just imagine a baton, I'm ignoring the word pivots in this because I don't know what that means, but if I just have like a baton like this, like yeah, the stick can only push or pull at that point of contact with each of the objects. I don't know if that's what they want me to do though. Force along a massless stick. Physics serious and legitimate subjects and not the writer's poor. Ugh. I was weirded out by that phrasing too, Stooky. Like, uh, force being exerted by something without mass. There's a lot of things in physics that they apparently make sense, but they just the way that things are worded, the it, I don't feel like it makes sense in the English language. It makes sense in physics language, which I don't know. Pivot is a connection that can support horizontal and vertical forces, but not a torque. The BBC has a page on physics? What the hell? You got your coffee? I am happy for you. So you can twist and rotate the objects around, I guess? What is that like? I don't know what it's like. I don't know. This is still the sentence is backwards. Why? I hate everything about this question. What about a street light hanging? Uh, what about a street light hanging? It's a terrible drawing, by the way. What am I drawing? It looks like the Grim Reaper's scythe. Now it looks a little bit less like a scythe. Like, uh, this would, I guess gravity would make a torque on that thing hanging down. Presumably the screws where this thing is attached over here are, I don't know. Physics is weird. I might just gonna, I think I'm gonna look at the answer because I feel like, of course, if a stick is attached to an object, it can only exert a force by pushing or pulling on that connection point. I really don't know what this question is asking, though. Consider the torque on the stick around one of its ends. Call this end A. If the stick is massless, then the torque on it at and around any point must be zero. So that is, there be infinite angular acceleration. The only forces on the massless stick are therefore the forces at the two pivots, because there is no gravitational force. Why not on the objects, though? The pivot at the end A produces zero torque around A. Pivot at the other end B must also therefore produce zero torque around. Don't Google that? Okay. This answer doesn't make sense to me either. What will the remarks clear this up somehow? Whenever you're no, I'm not just gonna watch random non-math and physics things. I'm gonna end the stream before I do that. Can I Google this question? I can't because I broke the ability to highlight text. Well, I mean, I can. I just have to type it myself. A massless stick is attached by pivots to two objects. Two objects at its two ends. Two objects at its two ends. Explain why the force that the stick applies. The stick applies to each object. It's always directed along the stick. Ugh. Okay, I don't see the question. The stick can't provide. I don't even know. Like, well, I don't know what the question is even saying. Is the issue like? Like, I don't know what the setup of this is. Like, you have a stick and then some type of pivot and like something like that. In that block, you could rotate like that way or that way. And the same thing on the other end. Like, I don't even know what. I don't know what to visualize when they ask this question. I don't know what these words mean in this order. What do you think cock means? I could see it being chicken. Well, yeah, I mean, I was saying this before. The stick can only push or pull at that connection point. There's no way for the stick to go like that. It can only. Oh my god, why is this program so slow? It can only push or pull like that, but like that. This question, I have like, or the phrasing of the sentence makes zero sense to me. And like the argument that I'm saying here has nothing to do with torques. Explain that as impossible. I mean, I don't know what the setup is, and I'm like, or I don't know why the pivots are relevant here because if the stick could somehow push on it in that direction, what is the pivot doing? Like, I guess maybe it would affect this pivot over here somehow, maybe. There are 3 attaching points, it's possible. I don't know how. Also, I'm just gonna say this question is stupid and poorly phrased in physics. Physicists need to learn how to speak English because there's a significant number of questions that I feel like just don't make any sense in the English language. I mean that's the other thing too, Orange, where it's like I can see intuitively that yeah, you can only push or pull at that point, but I guess making an argument, and it seems like the argument is that if you could do a non do do a force not in line with the stick, you would make a torque, and that torque would create a contradiction. But that's actually how I don't really know. The only thing I know is Ric Flair is the styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing son of a gun. Ugh. It was like that. That'd be a good clip to have. A wheel with radius r rolls without slipping on the ground. Let the distance it moves be d. Let the angle through which it rolls be theta. Show that the non-slipping condition is d equals r theta. Equivalent v equals r omega. Equivalent a equals r alpha. It's impossible to generate a torque, hence stick can only push or pull. Yeah, I should reread that answer and try and understand it. I'm just so annoyed at how that thing is phrased that like who attaches a stick to 2 objects? You attach 2 objects to a stick. Just literally switch. I'd be a lot happier if they switched the beginning and end of the sentence. I'm gonna close out of this program and reopen it. It's really slowing down on me. I wonder if it's the number of images I have in it or something, or just the length of time that I have it open. This is just arc length, right? Because the if the wheel is rotating like that, then the portion of the wheel that has touched the ground at some point, it's rotating like that. So like, let's pretend after a certain time t, that much of the wheel has touched the ground. That arc length has to equal the horizontal displacement. And that just kind of directly gives you d equals r theta. Um, I guess I'll just like that's basically just the entire argument. I don't know of a different way to put that. Like, I don't know what more justification you can really give there. So I'm just gonna say that. Consider now the case where a horizontal board rolls on top of a wheel, which rolls on the ground. If there is no slipping anywhere, show the board moves twice as far as the wheel. The wheel. Um, why would that be? So I guess here maybe we want a before and after. It's a terrible circle. It's still moving slow. Come on, I press undo. Thank you. Or I should have given myself more room. And then the after, that block will have moved like that. Oh, so maybe the idea is going to be that the block is getting this both the benefit of the overall horizontal displacement and the circumference thing. So let's say that portion of the wheel has since touched the ground. We're saying double that length. The board has traveled through. I guess we'd say that like the velocity of the board is equal to um the velocity of the wheel plus the rotational velocity, r omega, big R. But we know from the last problem that for the same time interval, these two things on the right are equal. Or I know that they're do they have to be equal? Maybe they do. Regardless, I guess they do have to be equal. Um, I guess. Okay. I think I got it. For A. In the reference frame, the ground moves to the left. Or in this reference frame, ground moves to the left, the board moves to the right. Since there's no slipping, they both move a distance r theta. The wheel rotates by an angle theta. We now shift back to the reference frame. The wheel moves to the right by r theta. The board moves to the right. Oh, that's kind of an interesting argument. But yeah, the key was, I think it's still the same key realization, which is the board gets the benefit of both the kind of tangential velocity, or I guess maybe that'd be normal. I don't know, but also the benefit of having contact with the wheel and being pushed along by the rotation. The way Brett told us to note that at a given instant, the wheel can be considered to be rotating around the contact point of the ground, because this point is instantaneously at rest. With the top point on the wheel and the center instantaneously move along the arcs of the circle. Huh. Therefore, since the top point on the wheel is twice as far from the contact point as the center is, that's a crazy way of seeing it. Looking at the bottom part of the wheel as like a point of rotation. I don't know though. I kind of got a pee, and I think I'd rather just end the stream than take an AFK break. Fictional stuff in dynamics was fucking great. Really? You like this? I don't mind it, but I don't particularly like it. You love it? Okay. To be fair, I've never heard you say you don't like. I don't feel like I've ever heard you say you don't like an area of math or physics. Mood? Yeah. Like I can't think of a thing really in science or in math that you don't like 10 bucks. Maybe you think it's hard, but I never heard you say like you don't like it. Okay, I guess I've done all the foundational problems though for chapters 7 at least, depending on your definition of done. I kind of raged at number 7. You're not big on real analysis to BH? You like it if you learn more of it? Okay. I feel like, yeah, you probably enjoy some proofs in there. Yeah, I think we're gonna call a stream there though. That feels like a good place to end it. So I'm gonna cut the YouTube stream off here. So it was here on YouTube. Thanks for being here. I'll be back on YouTube on Thursday.